Hey everybody, it's Tony Robbins. Listen, I'm reaching out to you right now because I'm mad. I hope you are too. I'm so tired of people living in fear. I'm so tired of everyone trying to.
When I had my accident, I found out at that moment, nothing in life is promised except death. If you had the opportunity to play this game of life, you need to appreciate every moment. A lot of people don't appreciate their moment.
I'm mute. My bad. My bad. All right. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. Damn. All right. So what I was saying is, listen. I wanted to go live early. We cut it off. The timer off, and the reason why is because I really want you guys to see this, man. I was watching this video with Kanye West, and I know he's controversial, but no matter who it is, you know, I try not to be judgmental based on other people's judgments, right? That's a compounding thing, because if you base your judgment on somebody else's judgment, we know that it will compound into hearsay, myth, right? Folktale. That's what it compounds into. And so I always try to shut down judgment and go and do my own research. And so when I think of Kanye West, I think of him a little bit differently than what he's marketed as. And so, you know, I want you guys to just check this out, man, because I feel like I could relate to this a lot, and I know you guys will too if you keep an open mind. So let's check this out. Wrong screen, like always. Now let's check it out. And then we'll discuss it. You know what I mean? Then we'll talk about it.
When I had my accident, I found out at that moment, nothing in life is promised except death.
Yeah.
If you had the opportunity to play this game of life, you need to appreciate every moment. A lot of people don't appreciate their moment until it's past. And then you gotta tell those Al Bundy stories. You remember when I... But
Bro,
right now,
let's go.
it's my time and my moment. Thanks to the fans, thanks to the accident, thanks to God, thanks to Rockefeller, Jay-Z, Dame Dash, G, my mother, Rhyme Fest, everyone that's helped me. And I plan to celebrate. I plan to celebrate and scream. Everybody asked me the question. They wanted to know what kind. I know he's gonna wild out and he's gonna do something crazy. Everybody wanted to know what I would do if I didn't win.
My name is Scott Harrison.
Just listen.
This is my wife, my son, and my one on the way.
I'm so mad right now. I'm so mad right now. What? What? You don't put an ad on this video, bro. You changing lives. You don't put no damn ad on this video. I'm just messing. Look, YouTube Red. That's why I'm here. Let me try to find that Kanye West video. Damn, that's tough, right? Sheesh. Let me see if I can find that Kanye West video. I logged out. I logged into YouTube Red. Cause I was in my feelings. I ain't gonna lie. I was feeling that. You guys were feeling that? Let's try this again. Nah, we're not gonna start from scratch. Here we go.
I guess we'll never know.
All I can do is just do what I feel is right and believe in and make the best music I can and hope that it overcomes every time, because that's my responsibility, to keep putting out groundbreaking music. The greatest thing that a man has to give to anyone, whether it's their kids or whether it's their wife, is time. And how much time do we spend, chasing the American dream or chasing money and materialistic things? And how much time do we actually give to the women and children? Man,
that's some real shit, bro. Like the time thing. Let me explain, man. Like sometimes I suffer with a lot of anxiety, I feel like, and the reason why I go through a lot of anxiety is because of time. The value that I give time. It's very hard for me to be patient like most people. I feel like most people cannot rock with me. Most people cannot work with me. Most people, I feel like, we sit down at a table, cannot really, mess with me. Sometimes it gets argumentative, and a lot of times it's just because I want to get to the topic. I want to get to the point, because I'm anxious, because I respect time so much. And even right now, for example, with my crib, we're renovating and stuff. I'm on top of everybody, and I feel like because of that, I'm pushing people away a little bit. But it's because I respect time so much. Like, this house should have been done already. That's how I be feeling. Like, I don't like 2-hour lunch breaks. It messes with me, but I know I gotta control that because most people don't feel like I feel. And so I gotta be respectful about that as well. But it's like, you say you were gonna start the kitchen on Thursday. You not here starting the kitchen. It messes with me. You see what I'm saying? We don't even have the chandeliers or the pendant lighting picked out. We don't need it right now. I know we don't need it right now, but it messes with me. We should have it picked out. We should be prepared. We should be ready to go, And the reason why I feel like that is because I respect time. I respect life. And I feel like it's because I've been through, times just like Kanye West where if, life flashed before him. And so when life flashes before you, it's almost a blessing in disguise. It's horrific and it's something that messes with your mentality. But at the same time, it makes you think about your daily life differently, you know what I mean, while you're awake. And so that's why I'm rocking with this message so far. But let's continue.
Message is what people need to leave with the most, I think. It's always good to express what you're going through, to be expressive, because these songs might help other people for what they're going through. Especially, what's weird is like, there's nobody who speaks on a man's behalf of the way we really feel. What's the last album done by a very macho guy that expressed?
Yo, I'm sorry I keep pausing this, but you hear him? It's very rare that a man speaks for men and how they feel and express themselves that have a platform. That's some real stuff right there, man. That's real.
Feelings and emotion. Like, talked about heart, not just like sex and pretty girls and cars, but actually like kids,
sex,
and
pretty
love
cars,
and family,
pretty girls and cars. That's all you hear about.
Success and time distribution.
sex, pretty girls, and cars. That's all you hear about. What about family? About building something, a team, a legacy, a business. Man, come on, man. Come on, man.
How do you feel?
That's why I rock with this guy, man. Let's go.
Still.
Look at him. Still. Look what he's created. Patient.
I'm blessed.
Blessed. Gratitude. Man, come on, man. Of course he's a weirdo in a world where sex, pretty girls, cars
We'll take the
is
entire
glorified.
time
Of
to
course he's a
zone
weirdo.
and-
Come
and
on,
talk
man.
About,
Shit.
where we like to take these ideas, and I mean, it's a painting. It's a spirit. That's inside of it. That's now translated into these miniature vehicles.
With my mom passing, one of her goals is she really supported me, and she always wanted me to be the best I could be, and like not
Mom.
get, hung up on the small things and stuff. So with her not being here to try to talk me into doing things, I would try to just do things that I think she would want me to do. I decided to subscribe to my own philosophies of life. Not to particularly, I was raised as a Christian and Baptist and different things, and I would see things in different religions that all sort of matched up. And then I wanted to be a little bit less specific and just come up with theories that I thought applied to my life and applied to someone's life thousands of years ago. And I would always think of philosophies and apply them to my raps and think of just little quick sayings and stuff like that. And I wanted to just map them, just get them in a book and make it for like non-readers like myself, because I'm like all about not reading. Me and my friend Zakiah Sandifer designed the book to just get quick inspirational quotes throughout it. And
That's
it's
his
called
kids,
Thank You.
man.
And
That's
you're
his
welcome,
family, man.
because every moment in life should be a thank. Both parties should be able to say thank you and you're welcome. And one of the first parts of the book, I say get used to getting used. And the word used has such a negative connotation, but it's not negative. It's to abuse, overuse someone that's negative. To use is necessary, and if you can't use someone or can't be used, then you're useless.
Well, that's what people need to realize.
Did y'all hear
about
that? Did
artists.
y'all hear that? Nah, man.
Dedicate their life.
Nah. We want bars from music. That was bars right there. Let's run that back, man. That was bars. Oh, we want bars with a beat in the background. That was so much
Look, I
bars.
say get used
Let's go.
to getting used, and the word used.
Hold on. Did y'all hear that? Get used to getting used, and the word used gets a bad connotation. But if you cannot be used, then, bro.
My friend Zakiah Sandifer designed the book to just get quick inspirational
Come on,
quotes
man.
throughout it. And it's
Stop
called Thank
playing.
You and you're welcome, because every moment in life should be a thank. Both parties should be able to say thank you and you're welcome. And one of the first parts of the book, I say get used to getting used. And the word used has such a negative connotation, but it's not negative. It's to abuse, overuse someone that's negative. To use is necessary, and if you can't use someone or can't be used, then you're useless.
Woo! Woo! Look, comedic cuts. If you can't be used, you're useless. But used has gotten such a bad connotation in today's society, we don't even want to say used. The moment you say used, it's a bad word. If I can't be used, I'm useless. I want to be used. Damn, boy. Let's continue, man.
That's what people need to realize about artists and people who dedicate their life and go to the hospital and back to bring joy. That they should be loved and treated like how you would treat your grandmother giving you a cake, because these things are made to bring uncalculable joy.
Look at this. So, did you guys see that? I want y'all to see this. Let me break this down. I've watched the moves that Kanye has made, and I feel like people who have never founded a startup, they don't understand the moves that he's making. And I had a live stream not too long ago where I asked a particular person, would you rather have 100% of 25 million or 10% of 250 million? And it kind of went over his head just a little bit. But by the end of the conversation, we ended up getting on the same page. But for most people, that would go over your head because you don't understand what comes with 10% of 250 versus 100% of 25, right? And here is Kanye West. I remember there was a time when he was about to go bankrupt. Everybody was making fun of him. And the reason why he was about to go bankrupt wasn't because he wasn't successful. It's not like he wasn't making millions of dollars every year. The reason why people were finding him as a failure is because he would not sell his soul for profits. You see, when you are building a business, you're going to lose money every single year until you get to a certain point, especially if there's no investors, especially if you own 100% of the business, especially if the business is funded 100% from your pockets, okay? And so you're being made fun of because you're taking on all the risk. You don't have any investors, but the reason why you do that isn't because you're greedy and you want to become rich. The reason why you do that is because you want to keep control of your company. And when you are creative, listen to me, when you are an artist and you want to create, and that's more important than the money, you want 100% of your company. It's not because of the money. It's not because of greed. Like people made it out to be like he was being greedy and he was trying to make millions, and he took a risk and he lost it all. That's not what it was about. He took a risk so that he could have creative freedom. He left Nike because they were trying to control him. He went to Adidas because they gave him freedom and they valued him. Do you know that Kanye West, as a matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna Google this. So that I'm speaking facts and I'm not speaking I'm not making shit up, because you know how shit could get chopped up really, really quickly. Hold on. Esperate. Let me see. Kanye makes from each shoe Adidas. Let's see what pops up real quick, because I feel like this is important. Okay, hold on. Kanye makes royalties. Let's do royalties, because I think this is important. Versus Jordan. Ooh. I feel like this is important. No, that ain't the one I want. Hold on. All right, so look, I read the book. Listen, I read the book, and I'm telling you, Kanye makes more money from Yeezy than Jordan does. Jordan's royalties is about 5%. Kanye's is about 15%. Okay, and right here it says West is worth 1.3 billion. We know that's the cap. We know he's worth more now. But West reportedly earns more from Yeezys than Jordan does from Air Jordan. Okay, so that tells you right away, guys. Kanye West is making more money from Yeezy than Jordan is from Jordan. And the reason why is because he cared more about having creative freedom than the money. Because most people, when they care about money, they make money up front. And then they're not valuable anymore. Think about the people who made money up front. Are they still rappers today? Are they still athletes today? Are they still building legacy today? Are they Hall of Famers? I don't know. But I can tell you the guys who cared about winning more than the money, LeBron James took a pay cut every year. Every year. Michael Jordan. You don't think Michael Jordan should have been making way more money than he made? Mike Tyson. He didn't care about the money. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, Kanye West, Tupac, like these people who will live on forever. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali put his life, went to prison over legacy. Not over money. He could have went to the military, boxed while he was in the military, made money, all that good stuff. Guys, the people who care more about legacy always win long term. All right, let's continue. Sorry.
I finished it like in 3 weeks. I had all these ideas, and I just wanted to.
This man is building a city. He's building a city.
What I wanted to do and what I felt. And people talked about changing the name on the album because everyone's so used to me just rapping on the album. And I was like, I don't have a rapper's name. I'm Kanye West. So whatever I do, that's what I do. That's what I feel at the time. And I feel like I have really good taste. And anyone who likes it probably just has good taste also. And
he's a billionaire. He's building a city. He's got his own church, his own houses, 150 acres.
Yeah,
man, come on.
Da Vinci. A lot of people. I'm 42 years old. A lot of other greatest of our artists of all time, at age 40, say, I'm tired of doing what everybody wants me to do. And Da Vinci's like, I'm tired of painting these portraits for the rich elite women, and I want to go and do bridges. We have to add science behind it. Now, I think Yeezy. I definitely think there was a breakthrough in what we did in the 350s and the 700s.
The 350s are
but
crazy.
Still, there's things when we're looking at color palettes, it's kind of been more of an opinion on something than it was a complete innovation. So now, today, that's what me and Steven are here to talk about, is how Yeezy is going into innovation, and we are, we moved the headquarters to Cody, Wyoming. We have a 4,000-acre ranch.
4,000. I said 150. 4,000 acres.
And going seed to sow.
That ain't no ranch. That's a city.
Hydroponic farm and our own hemp farm and our own wheat farm.
Self-sufficient.
And getting into, how we can have less impact with the dyes because our color is.
Hold on. There are people. And this is going to be very controversial what I'm going to say. It's going to be very controversial what I'm going to say, and I apologize a little bit, but not really, okay? I need you to have an open mind with what I'm going to say. I need you to have an open mind. Listen to me, please. Listen to me, please. There are people, when a black man dies from a police shooting, when a Mexican person has been the subject of racism. There are people who will fly from their mansion over to where that happened and have a press conference. And then there are people who are heavily criticized for the stupidest shit, like he's getting a divorce, right? But they're billionaires, and they're putting all their time, their energy, and their resources into building their own self-sufficient city where people can come to, have a home, be creative, grow, farm. Man, put your money where your mouth is. Everything I've seen this man do, everybody calls him crazy, but he's put his money where his mouth is. Whether he lost it all because he risked it all, it's easy to talk about other people. It's another thing to have a idea or a belief and put your money where your mouth is. This man has done that. Man, a self-sufficient city on 4,000 acres. Do you know how much it must have cost him to buy that type of land? He don't have to do that. The man could buy an island. The man could buy an island. And literally anybody he talks to, he could literally give money away like this. He's trying to change the world. That's what the Elon Musk of the world do. That's what the Jeff Bezos of the world do. And these are people who could easily just buy yachts and live their life. But no, they're trying to go to space. If I gave you $1 million right now, look, there's how many people on this? There's 36 people on this live. If I gave you $1 million right now, you don't even have a plan in your head what you would do with that money. Most of you guys would go buy a house. Listen to me. If I give you 36 people on this live, if I give you $1 million right now, most of you guys would go buy a house and a nice car. Kanye's talking about building a city. Jeff Bezos is talking about 1-day shipping, same-day shipping. Elon Musk is talking about going to Mars. And they know how to do it. Most of you guys would do something for you. If you had $1 million, most of you guys would do something for you. Perfect example. I'd buy Dogecoin. You do something for you. Kanye is doing something for other people. Bezos, other people. Musk, other people. They get rewarded for that and they're criticized. But guess what? You can't go to Mars if you're not a billionaire. You can't even fund that. You couldn't do it unless you depended on the government, and the government has had NASA for decades and they haven't been able to do it. They haven't been able to do what Elon Musk has done in the last 10 years in 100 years. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta be a billionaire if you want to do crazy shit like this. Amazing things like this. But most people, if they were billionaires, they wouldn't be trying to do things like this. They'd be going and buying an island. Maybe a theme park. Stupid shit. A bunch of nice Bugattis. It's like, come on, man. It's just a whole different mindset, man. It's easy to criticize people like this. This dude is next level. Let's go. Let's watch.
Signature of the brand, but also dying is one of the main things that's impacting the planet and the fashion industry.
So Smiley Cut said, $1 million is not a whole lot. $1 million is $10 million in my eyes. $1 million is not $1 million. It is $10 million. You could easily leverage that into $10 million, of which $10 million you could do some shit with. All right, but let's continue. Yo, get the likes up. 36 people, 43 people on here. There's only 19 likes.
Within the next 2 years, our goal is to bring the manufacturing back to America, South America, and North America, and bring it back stateside, and also to present jobs for people back here.
One project that
How many rappers are talking like that? How many rappers? This is the person that people choose to criticize. This is the person. And you got rappers talking about hoes, the B word. I don't want to curse because somebody asked me not to curse. Talking about killing people, guns, all this crap. This is the guy that we choose to villainize. This is the guy that we choose to villainize. Listen to what he's saying.
Jobs for people back here.
one project that
Jobs for people back here.
one
Present jobs for people back here.
one project that's gotten a lot of media coverage,
Society,
but I haven't really
bro.
heard talked about much is building the housing that was torn down. Those what's been called Star Wars housing, Star Wars inspired housing. I assume is not actually inspired by George Lucas, but maybe. Tell me where that was born from. Tell me what you want to do with it. Is that going to Cody? Is that part of Yeezy? How do we think about Yeezy and where it's going? Because I hear
on,
things
man.
of sustainability. I've heard you say
Shit
you want
crazy.
to hire a workforce out of prison.
Did you hear that? This is the guy we're tearing down. Run that back. This is the guy that we want to tear down.
You say
Shit
you
is
wanna,
crazy.
You want to hire a workforce out of prison.
A
Obviously,
workforce out of prison.
The building restrictions are way lax in Cody. That's one of the reasons why we got the land there, so we can think. You know, Dayton, Ohio, the Wright brothers, they needed a chance to think, or we wouldn't have flight today. It's like if the world only knew the capabilities of what we have, the press would get out of the way and stop downing. I know it happens throughout history, but it stopped. Because you thought you were going to go to design, but the domes relate to this too. So,
Well, the domes are obviously about more than just design.
so I have 300 acres in Calabasas, 312 acres because we got our little golden situation.
4,000 acres in Wyoming. Listen. 4,000 acres in Wyoming. 300 in Calabasas, one of the most expensive places in the world to have real estate. Man, this man.
And one of the domes, we were testing the size of the domes, and it's
The domes,
50 feet,
self-sufficient
35
homes.
feet high or something. And one of the domes were 10 feet too high. And it was fine. We were just testing it. We're going to take it down anyway. But they came and said, you got to take it down.
I
Okay,
remember
that's
when that
fine.
happened.
But then they went to the media to tell them that they told me to take it down. Your dome is 10 feet too high, boy. Your
Are you listening to this? Are you listening to this? This is California. I've been to Russia, I've been to Romania, I've been to Colombia, Puerto Rico. I've been all over the world. All kinds of countries, third world countries, bro. Like countries that really have some serious shit going on, bro. I've never seen as many homeless as I've had in California. This is a person who's building self-sufficient dome homes on his land. And California is not only saying you gotta tear that shit down, but they're going to the media to say, look at me, we told Kanye he's got to tear down his self-sufficient homes that he's building so that the homeless have a place to live. And society is loving it.
I own 300.
I don't see people holding up signs and going to the courthouses and to these government buildings and talking about this.
100-acre property.
Man, that's crazy.
And we could have handled it like this. But you wanted to go to the press before to let everyone know that you were tearing down Kanye's domes.
And nobody had a problem with it. Society did not have a problem with it. We want to say the government needs to help, blah, blah, blah. But when the government stops somebody from helping people, we don't have a problem with it. It's entertaining because it's Kanye.
Worried the planes were going to hit.
Shit, wow.
Anything 10 feet.
Yeah.
But what is the idea of those domes? Like, what is the larger idea there? What do you hope to iterate those into? Because I know iteration is a big part of what you do.
I have absolutely no hopes.
Yeah.
I only do.
What do you want to do? What are you going to do then?
Create the t-shirt. The t-shirt of homes. Homes are a big, big representation of classism and separation and protectionism. The idea that somehow this one little fence can make the difference. This gated fence can make the difference and say, this person hasn't made it in life. I made it in life, so I need to be behind this gate right here. So to create something where the actual information, people used to get killed for proportions. You know, proportions were sacred, not a Gucci logo, because the proportions give us the space to maximize who we are. We are God's iPhone. We are God's machines. He created us. So if the iPhone had its choice, he'd probably say, I only want to just lay on my back, charge up all day long, I don't want any of this extra. I'm not going to name any other brands that are in the iPhone, the Apple store. I'm not going to drop. So, hey, that's the same thing for our space.
Hey, man. I'd love to invite people along to discuss this, man. If anybody wants to get on, I'm going to share right now the link in the chat. If anybody wants to get on, you're more than welcome to get on and discuss this with me. I know, I honestly, I didn't expect to continue to watch this the whole time, but I felt like it was, I've never watched this. I watched the first like 30 seconds. I'm like, yo, this is how we're going to start this live stream. And so if you want to get on this live, man, discuss that, give your, whether you agree with it or disagree with it, more than happy to discuss it. Guys, make sure you share this live, smash the like button if you're new to the live stream. But if you want to join, click the link and you're more than welcome to, and I will add you. But for me, man, I thought that was powerful. And it's part of the reason why I try not to be judgmental. I try to be open-minded and listen to people, because look, I'm the type of individual who has a strong opinion and will speak my mind and will try to coach people who, that I think want my help, but sometimes they really don't, And sometimes when I fail, people will try to paint a picture about myself. And I've been in a situation where people I knew I was going to connect with at some point already had a made up opinion of me. And, that sucks. Obviously, Kanye has to deal with that a lot more than most people. But that's why I kind of, I'm careful, before I judge people. I want to hear their side. So, look, it doesn't seem like anybody wants to get on or discuss this. But if that's the case, it's all good. It's been a while since I dropped a video on this channel. And honestly, having 40 people on this live stream is crazy to me. It's amazing. And that's a success to me. We'll continue to run the YouTube channel. And yeah, guys. The chat, nobody's commenting or nothing. So with that being said, guys, I'm out of here. Love you guys. Y'all have a good night. And I will see you guys in the next video on Boss Your Bills Wealth.